Hello everybody, I'm not dead. Finally I am back. I've just taken a bit of a time off. I've had other things to do and I've been busy with my gaming channel as well. I do have this channel and another one. So what we're going to take a look at today, by the title that you can see down below, is this watch, the Moto 360. This is what I consider one of the best smartwatches, and I've positioned my camera in such a way that I can't really... Let's just move you up a bit. That better. So yeah, here it is. Well, it's pretty much, it's not that obviously, that's just the box, as you can see. This is actually an awkward position it is in, but never mind. So let's just have a quick look at the box, even though it's not that interesting. You've got Moto 360. Along one side you actually have, it's the wrong way, you actually have some text which just, pretty much says a little bit about the watch. Let me see if I can get that in focus. Finely crafted with stainless steel, genuine leather and scratch resistance glass. It says some information about what it can do, which is quite nice. Moto. And then you have the other way around for some bloody reason, and that tells you pretty much what model that you have, which of course isn't focusing. There you go, so this is the model I have. So yeah, not too much to the box. It tells you a bit of information on the bottom, which I'll cover that up just in case. I've probably just shown that off. It just tells you some information basically. As we take the box off, your watch will be in here with this little foam piece to put around the watch so it keeps its shape, and under that you have some information, and your charger would be in there, which the charger is a wireless charger, which I quite like. It's not one of the clip-on doohickeys that most smartwatches have got. It's actually right here. That's all it is. Your watch just literally goes in like so, and then if it turns on, there you go, starts charging. Pretty nice thing. It also dims down, so at night you can see the time. I don't leave this thing on overnight. I pretty much turn the thing off once it's charged, just because, well, once I finish with it, I don't need it on overnight to see the time, because once you're asleep, you're asleep. I don't wake up. Might be useful to some, but definitely not for me. So yeah, here's the watch itself. It's a pretty nice watch actually. I really enjoy this. So before I quickly go over some of the other things of this watch, I'm going to quickly tell you about some of the other watches that you can actually get. There's a few. So this is the actual Moto 360. You can buy it for $249 on their site, and they just tell you a few things about it, quality craftsmanship, all that good stuff. There is the gear. I believe they call this, what's this called? The gear. Oh, it's just called the Galaxy Gear, which, here it is. I wonder if I can get a better picture. Oh. No, phone's decided to freeze on me, of course. But yeah, the gear was another option I could have gone with, but I didn't like, well, A, the protruding camera that it has, and the other thing is it's a square design. I wanted more of a, circular design, more of a watch sort of design, which this more or less is. If I can get out, yeah. There was the other Gear S or something, which is Samsung's new offering, I think. But it looks horrible, in my opinion. It's also got a button on the front, which looks just a bit weird to have on a watch. I don't honestly understand that, but it's just Samsung at the end of the day. And of course, excuse me, there was the LG G Watch R, which is their new watch, which is the round one, which, yes, while it does look more or less like a proper watch, and nobody would know nonetheless, I didn't like the big bezel around the screen. It is a full circular display, but I preferred the more of a circle display that the Moto 360 has without too much of a bezel. The downside to that is, as you can see at the bottom there, just see if we can get that, it has a flat tire effect is what they call it. So if I turn the display on, you can see right there that there's a black bar, and this is where all the sensors are. And by sensors, there's like literally one you probably won't be able to see, because my camera is not focusing. There's one literally in the middle, and that's the only one I can see under there. So I'm interested to see sort of why that was needed, that big of a black bar, when they could have probably implemented it into this sort of outer bezel here. Otherwise, the watch is actually fantastic. As we take a look around quickly, we got a sort of brass looking button there with a metal, I believe. But I think the outside of this watch is just fully metal, which is quite nice. It makes it more premium feeling. You got your glass display, you've got a microphone along this side, and then you've got a heart rate sensor at the bottom here, which is actually pretty accurate. This one is the leather strap model, as I said. So as you can see there, it says, see if I can get a Horine leather. Well, I think that's how you say it, but yeah. The leather strap is very, very nice. You can get the replacement straps for this. I believe you can actually get any old replacement strap for this, which is quite nice. So you can, if you wanted, get a different strap altogether, which I like. So as we turn the watch on, it tells us some information. So I've left an email up purely for this video. And as you can see here, there's an email about a live stream from Twitch. And you can actually scroll through this email, you can see that he's live, and if I tap it, it gives me a bit more information about what's streaming. And if this camera focus, there we go. It tells me what he's playing and all sorts. So you can actually see a full-size email, which is nice. And if we swipe from the right to the left, it gives us the option to archive it, gives us the option to reply, and it gives us the option to open it on our phone. So if I bring my phone into the equation here quickly, get rid of that, if I press open on the phone, press it properly, you see we get a tick, and there you go, there's the email on our phone straight away, which is quite cool. We could do that. Obviously replies on this thing are through voice activation and such, so I will admit the voice activation on this phone, the smartwatch, is very, very good. I've used it for a few texts here and there, and it actually does a relatively good job of it. So we have watch faces, which of course is obviously what this watch is meant for, if I can do it properly. Go away. So if you hold down on this watch, you can see this is a custom Wear Faces app that I have installed, but you have some defaults that come with the watch. You can obviously install Facer, which is another custom watch face app. And yeah, which is quite nice. It's nice that you can customize it. Not all watch faces take into account for that flat tire effect. As you can see, this one sort of doesn't, and it just cuts off the 6, although you can see it still. So not all take into account about that, but it's not really an issue. So of course Google Now is on this, or it's probably a sort of a lower end Google Now, but it is still there. And if you tap on the display, it brings it up. If you scroll from the bottom up, it gives you some of the options you can do. So I could say, "Okay Google." Obviously I was talking, so I didn't pick it up. "Okay Google, remind me to watch Top Gear." Okay, I didn't say it in time. Now, let me just get rid of that. So you swipe from the left to the right to close any apps. So yes, you can actually get apps on these things. So I scroll down to start. You can actually see I have a browser on here, which works incredibly well, as you'd expect. I have a calculator, calendar, a few of the apps that come with the device, play music, volume control, and Wear Faces. So you can actually get a few apps which are on the Play Store. If I click into calculator, there you go. I have a fully fledged calculator, which is quite cool actually. You know, for quick calculations without having to pull your phone out, you can just use your watch. I prefer that sort of thing. So if I wanted to, say, remind me to watch Top Gear or something. "Okay Google, remind me to watch Top Gear later." 8 o'clock. Ooh. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. There we go. Okay, I bet I didn't catch that. 1800 hours. What? Okay then. Sometimes it can be a bit finicky. Go away. So yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have had a few times where the watch has just completely gone bonkers about what I've asked it to do. So it's not entirely accurate. Sometimes it can fail to pick out what you're saying, but most of the time it generally is pretty good. When I've used it for texting, it's also done a pretty good job. So when you head under settings, oops, that was not settings. Just scroll down to settings. No, I keep doing the wrong thing, god damn it. Settings. See if I can do it through Google now. There we go. So in settings you have things like you can adjust brightness, which actually is, the display on this thing is incredibly bright. So if I go to 5, you can see, obviously it blows the phone out enough that it's too bright. The display is quite good on this watch, I will admit. For being a watch, I wouldn't use it on full brightness obviously, because you're going to kill the battery like hell. It's only a 300 mAh battery in these things, or roughly. So I would recommend just leaving it on auto. Obviously Bluetooth is used so for the communication between your phone and this. You have ambient screen, which basically puts it into a dim mode. It does turn the display off when your watch is not like pointing you. So if you're like this and you're looking at your watch, it doesn't turn off, but it will dim every now and then. But once you're like, you know, just freehanding and put your hand down and all that sort of things, it does turn the display off for saving battery purposes. Airplane mode, power off, restart, reset device, change watch faces, about, and developer options, which yes, I can get into that by going into about and tapping build number. A number of times. So yeah, honestly, it's a fully fledged sort of operating system from Android, just a more scaled down version for watches and such. So yeah, I will have a full review of the Moto 360 coming very, very soon. This is just a quick overview of the watch. I have to admit, I am very, very happy with it. There's a few things I honestly think that this watch has a problem with, but that will be explained in the full review. So I hope to see you in the full review. Thanks for watching, guys, and that is the Moto 360.